All right. Hey, thank you so much for taking the time to respond to my messenger inquiry. My name's Ryan. My friends, they call me Rai Rai. And again, I just want to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy day just to spend a couple moments with me. My goal is simply this, to provide you with a value-based opportunity to help you get more leads and more sales for your product or your service. So let's jump right in, right? As we all know, online marketing is getting more competitive each and every day. And that competition, they're coming up with new and innovative ways, and it forces us as well to live outside of our comfort zone and stretch our limitations and stretch our imaginations to new heights and new levels every single day. And that's what brings me to you. All right. So, my backstory. Let me tell you a little bit about myself before we move into this, just so you have a little bit of an idea who I am and why I'm contacting you right now. So, I purchased my first home back in 2003, and at the same time, I had started my own entrepreneurial journey, right? That journey led me down a path to where I hustled and I started burning out in early 2004. I did the unthinkable, and I actually had quit my well-paying job to go pursue my entrepreneurial efforts. And shortly after that, within just a couple of months, my mother had actually died, and it wound up putting me into a deep, deep, deep depression. And the events that followed, uh, you know, from that time, they were pretty serious. They put me and my wife into a place where we became homeless. My children and our six dogs. I actually had to relinquish custody of my children and give them back to my ex-wife because my situation was bleak. Right, I was really falling into a deep, dark place. We wound up living in a vehicle after we had sold our first home and pretty much all of our valuable possessions just to get a few months of free rent and a reprieve from all of the impending danger that was coming. And so over the couple of years, life didn't get any easier for us. In 2006, I finally had to just stop and go and find a job. So I wound up jumping on a semi truck, just feeling defeated from all the struggles and the fights and all the losses, right? A lot of setbacks over the last couple of years. 2007, the time ran out for us on the agreement we had with the landlord for the gifts we'd exchanged. And so my wife at this point, we had to leave the rental house. Her and the dogs actually came and joined me. This is when we started actually living in the vehicles, right? So it was her and I and our six dogs, and pretty much the interstate. We ran for a good 7.5 months until the company found out what I was doing, right? When they found out that we had all the dogs on the truck, that was it. They messaged me and they said, "You're done, bring the truck back." And I wound up in a 12-hour standoff with them about 250 yards away from the truck terminal. I refused to bring the truck back because I knew what was next. Eventually they came and they took it from me, right? And there we were, my wife and I, our dogs, stranded. The semi truck was gone. All we had was a four-door Buick Regal. Everything that we had on the road was just packed into this car. Stuff was bulging out the windows as we drove to the storage shed down the street, unloaded the car, and began to unravel the decimation, the devastation that was just put up on our lives, right? Those early choices I made in my life, really, they cost us everything. I was a green entrepreneur. I was overly confident, and clearly I knew that everything I needed to know about business I had already learned, right? And entrepreneurship. I was wrong. We lost everything. I can even remember times, right, when we were homeless that through that, there were days that we barely had enough money just to get food for our dogs or to put $1 or $2 in the gas tank because the cops forced us to have to leave from wherever we were parked. And that old RV with that big block Ford, well, it took about $10 to get around the block. My wife and I will never forget that pain. We'll never forget it. They were some of our hardest times, some of our best times, and some of the most humbling times in our lives. And it went on for years, right? We were homeless from about April of 2006 until November of 2014. I mean, there were days during that time I'd be riding my bicycle, right? I'd have 11 one-gallon jugs, milk jugs, that I'd just gone down to the park and filled up with water to bring back for my wife and I to drink, to cook, to water the dogs, maybe to bathe with, right? And I could barely keep that bike straight on the path because the bottles were swaying to and fro. You know, in America, financial literacy is important and poverty is a big issue. And I'm telling you right now, I don't ever want to go back again. Personally, I will never give up on my journey. I've failed at probably close to 20 or more startup businesses, online, offline. And it was a bad situation for me. I was really feeling defeated, and all that was just overwhelming. And that was until I learned to hustle, right? As I was homeless, I began to hustle for side jobs, and I started working on building my blog. You'd actually see me running down the street with my blog in tow in its laptop case, headed to Starbucks or anywhere I could find the internet, right? I was determined to succeed. Nevertheless, it was costing us money that we didn't have because we were on assistance and we had this big RV, and costs, we didn't have a lot of income. And so to maintain the family, we had to make a choice. I finally hit the brick wall, and then so did everybody else. The recession hit in 2008, right? So in all this time frame, I had no mega breakthroughs. And then it was like everything in the world had stopped. But as I said, I was making friends with some bloggers at the coffee shop, and I met some business owners. And finally, I landed some employment helping someone with their business. They were fixing and repairing air ducts and doing home maintenance. And so it was a way to start putting a little extra food on our table and get our lives moving forward again. And I still never gave up on the entrepreneurial journey. And then one day, as fate would have it, in 2012, my wife and I, we got met by an outreach from a local church. And after 4 long years of struggle and setback, I was looking for a place that I could just make a change and feel safe once again. And so as we started to attend that church, we were meeting and networking, and I started to get involved. And one day, by chance, I met a young entrepreneur who took a chance on me, right? He took a chance meeting, and we had a lunch. And well, needless to say, I've been working with him side by side for the last 7.5 years. And I've been able to become a key team player and help drive over $65 million in B2C e-commerce sales since 2012 until today, right? And that's what's bringing me to you, because I found that success leaves clues, and those clues, they brought me here. I've realized that I do need your help, right? You can't go into business and expect to do everything by yourself. And in my eyes, you're all masters in your field, right? You're results-oriented marketers like myself. And right now, I'm setting up for an affiliate launch, and I'd like to put myself in the best position to crush it. So here's my proposal to you. You may or may not know, but Russell Brunson, he's launching a new book called Traffic Secrets, and I'd like to make an epic offer. And to do that, you need to bring real world value, not just a bunch of hyped up junk. And since all of you are masters in your field of traffic and conversions, I immediately thought I'd come to you first. I've been watching you guys online. I love your style. You've got the right stuff for what I'm hoping to accomplish. And so here's what I'm asking of you. As I said, I wanted to offer you massive value. And as a new entrepreneur and a lifelong believer in serving first, that's my mission, to provide value. If you'd be willing to contribute to my launch, a bonus piece of content, and possibly consider to help ensuring I have the best chances of success for this launch, here's what's in it for you. I'm going to give you immediate exposure to an audience of hungry influencers. This campaign is going to be actually targeted at influencers. Your bonuses are going to be direct front and center to give you further exposure to this audience. Secondly, as we know, content is king, right? And promotion of content is king. So on my Facebook, in my Facebook group, Facebook profile, Facebook page, YouTube channel, you'll have a chance to do an actual interview and live stream, get in front of those buyers, and we'll use that content to go ahead and show and demonstrate traffic strategies through content marketing. Third, since content is actually king and authority is its second cousin, I'm starting the journey of writing my first book. It's titled Engage, which I'd like to actually give you the first chapter to review so you can get a little look inside of my head. And I'd like to give you the offer for two things. One, to actually contribute a page or a chapter of the book. I want to give you the right of first refusal. And secondly, I'm hoping to launch this by the end of the year, right? This is my goal. As I said, I've helped drive nearly $65 to $70 million in B2B sales. My strengths are in marketing automation, team building, and really being able to simplify complex down into step-by-step processes and explain them and help bring staff, remote staff in tune and get them engaged, right? Marketers are focused on engaging and getting leads up front. My forte has been able to find the engagement points in the back end of the business and increase sales and profits through things like returns, warranties, dissatisfaction, right? All the places in customer resolution where people lose sales, I've found ways to innovate and create profits in those centers. So that's a little bit about me. Oops, I didn't mean to jump out of that here. That's just a little bit about me. Sorry about that. And the reason I'm doing this is simple, right? I've been an employee for the 7.5 years with this e-commerce company, and I'm shifting my mindset to become an entrepreneur. And it's a big undertaking. I've been focused on content marketing for years, and my goal in 2020 is really just to come out and crush it. And I'm going to do that by simplifying my life. How? By starting my own messenger marketing and lead funnel design agency. And so here's where I feel you actually stand the most chances of winning in this arrangement. How's that, you ask? Well, ImpactDigital.xyz is going to focus solely on messenger marketing and lead funnel design. And so at this point, I asked you if you possibly had a bonus product, an affiliate program, or maybe even a referral program, because what I would like to do is market your service as either an affiliate or as a referral partner after this launch and the leads are built by launching what's called a done-for-you service focused at influencers who are struggling with getting all of the technology pieces put together, right? Trying to compete in today's market, it takes brains, it takes hustle, it takes creativity. You guys have that. I have that. I think collaboration is key. Competition is no more. We've got to integrate to succeed. You guys, as I said early on, your masters in your traffic category, and the program I'm looking at building is going to be called Influencer U. This is a done-for-you service, funnels, scripts, email marketing, paid traffic, a full influencer high-ticket offer to set us up properly for 2020. If you'd like to participate in this bonus offer for me and this affiliate campaign I'm launching, here's what I'd need from you. I know there's not a lot of time, but I'd need a commitment by this next Saturday, January 11th, 2020. I would need the bonus page asset, meaning the copy and the image that you would want to use for your bonus, no later than January 24th. The launch date I'm shooting for is February 1st. I believe the book release for Russell is in May, so that gives us an April timeframe roughly for the pre-launch sequencing to really start and the pre-sales to start. So February, March, and April, our mission and our focus would be to generate leads. If you're committed to driving and delivering a valuable bonus for this affiliate offer and you agree to drive traffic to this campaign, then let's get started, right? My goal is to get 10 influencers, one of each of you in your specific vertical of traffic or niche. That way, there's no overstepping boundaries. We can all work together and come up with the most viable solution for generating traffic and leads and sales with this campaign possible. And here's why I think you should work with me. Number one, I'm committed to my success. I'm trainable, coachable, and I'm a fast learner and a fast implementer. 2, I'll do whatever it takes. As you can see, I'm not afraid to hustle. 3, with my background in e-commerce and content marketing, I've got a high value set of skills that I can come and deliver, right? Third-party sales, vendor relations, wholesale negations, right? I've done it all in the e-commerce. Affiliate campaign building, affiliate outreach, that's really where I want to focus as well. For the third part of my agency is getting the influencers so that they don't have to be the marketer, but they get marketed. And I just want to let you know, I can also verify the claim in helping to drive the $65 million in sales, right? But in order to do that, I'm going to need all 10 influencer slots filled as soon as possible. And after that's done, I can book the meeting with the CEO of the organization I work with. We can all get together. It's just so if you want to fact find and learn a little bit more about me, I'd love to do that. The CEO of the organization has nothing to do with this launch. He's out of the affiliate marketing arena, but he is the best validation I have of these claims. So I'd be more than happy to offer that if we could move forward and work together. Anyway, this is Ryan. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. There's a button below to go ahead and book a call with me. Let's get these knocked out this week. I look forward to making influencers great with your help. Thank you so much.